Hello once again, my friendos. Crazy Jason here with a big or early Black Friday haul. A lot of Blu-rays to get into here, but before I get into this massive Blu-ray haul, I've got to tell you guys about a very exciting new venture for me, and that is called babblegeeks.com. That's right, follow the link to the website. I am venturing into podcast with a partner of mine, and it's a very exciting new adventure for me. I've been wanting to do podcasting for a long time. This is movie-themed podcasting. We're going to talk about movies primarily, television shows. We'll branch out to some other pop culture things as well, but primarily movies. Primarily, if you like me, you'll like the podcast. And also, I think I'll be bringing back my weekly roundup, but in a podcast format, because I never really saw the need for you guys to stare at my face for 45 minutes while I talked on camera. That was always one of my problems, so I think I'll be doing that. In addition, with my partner Casey, we will be discussing movies, top 10s. There will be a segment that we do called 5 for 5, where we each pick 5 movies to talk about. We'll talk about Blu-rays. We'll talk about everything. It's a movie lover's paradise of podcasting. So please, guys, go and check it out. Subscribe to the website, if you will, to get updates, so that we can email you an update when a podcast is coming out. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter, as I'll be able to keep in touch with you via Twitter. I'm Crazy Jason on Twitter, crazy with a K, of course. Now, on to my mega early Black Friday haul. Hello friends, once again, Crazy Jason here with a big early or pre-Black Friday sale. I don't know exactly what to call it. Some of these movies I have just picked up willy-nilly over the past few weeks, and then some of them I would definitely call a pre-Black Friday sale, because there was a Fox Connect flash sale last week, I believe, or the week before, and it really felt so close to Black Friday. First thing I want to talk about are these 3 films I picked up at Best Buy. Now, I did a video. It was a sort of not a spy cam, it was an Intel video. And it was also a haul video, and I showed these films, but in case you missed them, I wanted to show them again because the slipcovers are so awesome, and I'm thinking about displaying them on the old cubes. Maybe this side maybe that's why I'm sitting like this, so I can hold up the movies. Okay. Anyway, Frankenstein, Dracula, and The Wolfman. I would also like to pick up Bride of Frankenstein, as I've never seen it, but I've heard it's great, and like to pick up The Mummy and the other ones. I'd like all of them with these nifty slipcovers. So hopefully they'll have the rest of them during Black Friday sales, and I can nab them then. Moving on to the Fox Connect flash sale. Now, I would have done an Intel video, but it was so quick. I just happened to bumble onto the internet at 3 o'clock in the morning and saw that it was going on right then. So I threw my hat in the ring really quickly and ordered this stack of movies. And I believe there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies total here for, I'm trying to remember the price. I believe it was $28 total with tax and shipping included. So really good deal. Keep your eye out for the Fox Connect sales. They're great. First thing I picked up, I went ahead and opened this up, and I watched part of 28 Weeks Later. I need to finish that. Maybe I will tonight. I've been wanting this specific On the Moments 2-disc set for my horror film collection. I have been wanting to see these movies again for so long, so I'm so very happy to pick this up. This was like, I believe this was $5. Some of these were $5, some of these were $6 and change. Next up, one of my favorite films of all time, definitely in my top 5 war films, and one of the greatest performances by an actor ever, and that would be Patton. this movie is so endlessly rewatchable for me, and now that it's been reissued, I know there was an early edition on Blu-ray, and it was a digibook actually, and you guys know that I love digibooks, but I did not pick it up because I read that the transfer was horrible. So I waited, and they put out this remastered edition, and I cannot say enough good things about this transfer. It's striking. It looks like it was shot last week. It really does. It's a beautiful, beautiful transfer, and now I really feel like I can just watch it endlessly. Again, if you haven't seen Patton, I highly recommend it. I picked up Sunrise, which is considered by many, many critics to be the greatest silent film of all time. F.W. Murnau. And it lands on a lot of top 100 movies of all time lists. Now, I've seen the movie. Obviously I bought it, so I love the movie. I would still place The Passion of Joan of Arc above this movie as greatest silent film of all time. But that's just my opinion. And opinions are like Blu-rays. There's a lot of them, and they're cheap. This was either $5 or $6. This was $6 and change, and I know this has been out for a long time, and I've held off on it because the packaging is so shitty. But I got it for $6 and change, and I'm glad I did because I love the movies. And that would be the Omen collection. And I had no idea exactly how bad this packaging was until I actually opened it up. Now, in store, it was always flimsy, and all the copies I saw were caved in the same spot down here. So there was no thought of returning it as long as the inside was okay, as long as the discs were okay, because I always had read and I'd seen for myself that it was a very flimsy packaging. Which is a shame because the cover, I think, is really nice. The artwork is really cool. It's got some embossing going on. It would actually make a really nice display, in my opinion. But let me show you the inside really quick, if you haven't seen it. But again, for $6 and change, totally worth it. It's worth it because I love these movies, and there's a wealth of special features here. This is good. I left number 3 in the Blu-ray player, so this will show you. There are no hubs, guys. These aren't hubs, and look how flimsy. This is just paper, basically. It actually is paper. You can see the crease in the middle there. Can you see that crease right there? And instead of hubs, what we have here, this is just flimsy paper, and you have like a piece of styrofoam glued to the center of it. And so to take the film off, it's a very delicate process that you kind of have to be careful. I'm not even going to try to do that because it might pop the glued piece of styrofoam off. So if you're going to be repeat viewing these movies, here's what I suggest. You take them out of this flimsy case and you put them somewhere else, in another case. This is the worst packaging I've ever seen as far as the construction of it. The artwork is nice, but good golly. But for this kind of money, I highly recommend it. Alright, now, I picked up movies here and there. Amazon has been having some good sales. I finally picked up Minority Report. Hey, crazy, there's a steelbook version of this. Yes, that's true, but be warned. FYI. The steelbook version at Best Buy, at least, only has 1 disc. And this is a 2-disc Blu-ray set. That's right. And the second disc is loaded with special features. And I believe all of them are in HD, or most of them are HD. And I haven't seen them, so that's why I held out on this. This movie has always been at a price range of $15, $16, sometimes drops to $12. I think I saw it once for $10, but it finally dropped to $8 on Amazon, and I just decided to buy it with the free shipping and no tax. So that's that beautiful looking Blu-ray, by the way. One of the best looking transfers if you like high contrast, grainy looking films. Let's see, I picked up Gosford Park. Now this is a Canadian Alliance release, and I really don't have good things to say about the transfer. It's so very mediocre, but the cinematography in this film is so beautiful. I am waiting for a good U.S. release. Hopefully Criterion. That's what I'm hoping for. Next up, The Odd Couple, one of the funniest comedies of all time from one of the greatest comedic duos of all time, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Just watch this again. It totally holds up in the humor department. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it and you like comedy, you got to see The Odd Couple. Now, I forget where I got this. I got it for a good price somewhere. I got it for the same place that I got Blue Velvet. I can't remember who was having this sale. Oh, Barnes & Noble. Yeah, Barnes & Noble is having some kind of sale, and I just happened to go through. Was this in one of my movie adventures? I don't know. I don't know if I did a movie adventure. I apologize if you've seen these in the movie adventure. I wasn't sure. But I picked up Blue Velvet, and I'm going to go briefly through this because I don't know if I did an adventure on these two movies. But yeah, finally got Blue Velvet 25th Anniversary Edition. Am looking forward to visiting this on Blu-ray, one of my favorite movies from the 80s. Now at Walmart, these two things I picked up. Joe. Now, I saw this movie. I rented it from Redbox. And I wasn't really sure when I first watched it. I knew that I liked the movie, but in the days after, I kept thinking about the film. And so I decided to go ahead and buy it. This is just the kind of movie that I can watch. I know I've already watched it a second time, and I can watch it again. So I decided to pick that up. One of Nicolas Cage's best performances, in my opinion. And the last thing I picked up, I wasn't going to get this, but it was only $10 at Walmart. And yes, I got it as a display piece, and that would be the 35th Anniversary Edition of Alien. Because I did not know that it had this, what is this in here? What is this exactly? I think this is the reprint of the original comic book, and then I believe there's some art cards, included. It looks like a book, but I mean it is a book. You know, it's a reprint of a comic, and then some art cards there. Pretty thick package, and then of course you have the movie and all. I believe all the same features that you would get in the quadrilogy set, but I love the artwork on the cover, and for the price. Alien is one of those franchises that I will buy multiple versions of because when it comes to Alien, I am, in fact, a collector. That and the Halloween franchise. So that, oh, I've got one more. One more, I forgot about this. I believe I picked this up at Best Buy for, they were having a sale on a bunch of horror titles in October, and I forgot to show you guys. Maybe I did, I don't know. Forgive me if I'm being forgetful. The Fly, which I haven't seen in a long time. It's hard to watch. It's some of the most disgusting special effects you'll ever see, but it's a great story, and I love it. So that's it, guys. That was a pretty big early Black Friday, pre-Black Friday haul, because Black Friday is coming very soon, and I will be coming around to do the what I usually do every year, which is the series of vlogs starting Thanksgiving night, so keep a lookout for those. Also, be sure to follow the link to my first website, babblegeeks.com. Very exciting venture. There you'll find my first foray into podcasting. That's right, it's a very exciting new adventure, and I hope you guys come on board with me on my new venture. That'll do her. I'm Crazy Jason, and I'll see you next time, baby. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for the pain? Fat ass. Fat ass motherfucker.